Hello, faculty. Welcome to the second edition of Turnitin via WolfDen. So I have a live class in front of me, and you have created an assignment, you have launched the Turnitin tool, and your students have done their end. They've launched their tool, and they've been able to submit their paper. So now that your students have submitted their paper using the Turnitin tool in WolfDen, now what? Now what do you do? So what you do is you log back into WolfDen and you go to your class. In this instance, we're using BUA 311 Business Ethics. So this is the home page that the faculty can see when they log in. You are going to go to Coursework. When you click on Coursework, you're going to go to all of your units or chapters or modules that you have built, if you've built them, and you're going to go to the specific assignment that you used Turnitin for. So in this instance, we did Chapter 4, and this is a Module 4 case study paper, Your Mission and Goals. Now, as faculty, if you recall, whenever you create the paper, this is not a file upload, this is a basic format. And then you have to add the learning tool, turn it in, then you launch it, your students launch it, now you're ready to grade. So what do? Well, you click on the link that will take you to that assignment via Coursework. So you click on that link of that assignment, and you come to a familiar page, okay? So this is where you see your list of students and their grades. Typically, you would click on that student to access their paper, but in this instance, there's no paper. So where do you go? Well, we're going to go back to this assignment. And if you recall, in the first video where you actually had to launch the tool, you have to go into the More menu. So in order to grade your students' papers via Turnitin within WolfDen, you click on the More menu of your assignment. Here, you have a pop-up box that comes up under the More menu. Now, if you recall, this is where you, the faculty member, launches the tool. Well, you have to do the same thing again. So in this case, we've clicked on the More box, so we have this gray pop-up window that tells all the specifics about this assignment. So we're going to scroll all the way down, and in this case, there's a lot of directions for this assignment and this paper that these students are writing. We'll scroll all the way down to the very bottom, and if you look down here in the very bottom left corner of that gray box that popped up when you clicked More, you're going to say Launch Learning Tool. So press Launch Learning Tool. As soon as you do that, a new window is going to open up, and you should be able to see all of your students' papers. Let me see if I can make the screen fit a little bit better within the window. All right. So this should look quite familiar to all of you that have used Turnitin before. So here we are. We're in the Turnitin tool within WolfDen. It did open in another window, but you see the student, their paper ID, when they uploaded it, so the student was late, and then you can grade. You've got your originality reports that show up here at a glance, and then you can, of course, download the paper. You can throw it away, but you don't want to do that. So in order to grade, so I'm going to just use this student here as an example. I'm going to click on the grade icon. When I click on the grade icon, I get this window that pops up, and it's called the Feedback Studio. Let me put this down a little bit more into view. So it is the Feedback Studio for Samuel. This is the student. Of course, here I can navigate through all of my students if I choose to do so by clicking the forward arrow, or I can go the back arrow. Whenever you have the Learning Feedback Studio up, now all of the same tools are available to you that were available in Turnitin. You just have to turn on your layers. So if you click on your layers, you're going to get the different options that come up. So grading, you can grade as is right here. We're going to go ahead and turn on similarity because we do want to see the types of matches that our students have. And I'm going to turn on the E-Rater, which is by ETS, and this is going to be grammar. Okay, so now I've activated all of those layers. You may have to give the computer just a moment to show the different areas. So as you can see, right now we've got some of the ETS E-Rater or the grammatical information that shows up. If I click over here with the similarity, you should be able to see a similarity report, and currently there are no similar matches in this entire paper, which means this particular student either didn't cite his paper right, or depending on the settings that the faculty member used, they may have eliminated small matches and of course the works cited matches. So we do see that the student does have two works cited here. We'd have to really go back and of course look at the paper to find out where the matches are and if they used proper citation, etc., etc., etc. We'll leave that up to the faculty member. So when you start looking at all your different grading tools, just remember that this is how you can do this. If you want to make some comments, so here if you click this second comment, you can actually leave a voice comment for your student. So this is awesome. You can actually be pointing to the page and leaving a voice comment up to 3 minutes. So this might be a great way to go over a paper with your students by using the voice comment. You can also click in here to add any text that you might want to for your students. Again, if you use rubrics, they would be there. And if you have a comment bank, you can always click there. So as far as originality, there's no matches, so there's nothing to look at and investigate here. Again, leave it up to the faculty member. You can see the percentages here that were done on the settings to go through and review this particular paper. So once you are done marking up your comments and moving on to students, you can click right here, put in a grade, whatever the grade is, and then you click next and you go to the next student. Now because this is a live class, I am not going to do that, but then you would click and go to the next student. So we would look at this particular gentleman and we would look at what this paper shows. So again, here, whenever I look at my my different layers, I have grading, similarity, and the E-Rater. Again, you might want to give it just a moment to populate to find any of the information, grammatical or otherwise, that would be here. And then you assign that a grade, put any comments that you want, text comments or voice comments again, and then you put in the grade right here, and then you hit next and you go to the next student. And again, right here is a paper that has two matches. So again, we're looking at a similarity match or originality report. We are going to, let's see, where is this one? Submitted to Western University, Life Goals. Okay, that's just the name of the paper. Let's see, the second one is going to be, again, here, right here. I am also a very messy person while I'm very organized, so you get to actually see where the match goes. And of course, you, the faculty member, would determine if that is plagiarized or paraphrased or if it's cited correctly or incorrectly. Also, I wanted to show you this great little tool right here. So you see that I've highlighted this sentence. I can leave a comment on that sentence and say, where is your citation? And then I can mark right back off. If I wanted to highlight something else, I can highlight that sentence and I can give a quick mark for my quick mark library, which is right here, which would be my comment bank, or I can easily put in something here as a point on the sentence, and I'm going to delete that because I don't need that there. Or I can again highlight and make another comment if I choose to do so. So, folks, that is a quick overview on how to use Turnitin. Again, once you are done with all of your students, then you can just continue to work through all of your students. Once you're done grading for the time being, then you can just close it out. And then any of the students that you have graded, their grade will record. What is nice is the grade that you record here in Turnitin pulls over to WolfDen because this is an integrated learning tool. So once you grade it here, that grade goes directly into your gradebook in WolfDen. Okay, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Thank you.